Welcome to the Virtual Ballways podcast. My name is Chris, and I am joined once again by my good friend, Matt.
Chris, it's really weird. I can think of 3 separate locations in my state where there's a Chipotle and a Five Guys in, like, the same building.
Huh. So, okay. Do we know about the history of these restaurants? Do we know if they're owned?
See if they're owned by the same person.
Because there is like, I don't know, I think, like, I've seen KFC and A&W sometimes in the same building.
So what I mean is it's not a combination KFC Taco Bell type deal. It's like a strip mall that usually has like 3 or 4 different stores, but it's like one building. Different storefronts, but one building.
Okay, I see.
Yeah,
almost like a shopping strip of sorts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, where it's like a Five Guys and a Chipotle.
Now, the thing is that like those 2 restaurants have very powerful auras.
They do.
Different genres of food. Who would be the bold individual to have both in the same day? Like, if you're spending the time in that shopping strip, right?
Okay,
and you're spending your day there. Are you starting with lunch at Five Guys and then dinner at Chipotle? Like, are you gonna be that bold to do that?
Other way around.
You would do Chipotle first.
Yeah, because like Five Guys is a fucking burger. Like, it's not. It is like you need an event to be at a Five Guys.
Okay, fair.
Where Chipotle, it's like they'll give you E. coli, but like it's still more of a lunch type thing.
Well, I was actually gonna say like I that's why I was like maybe you would do Chipotle last because then like you won't have to cut off your shopping spree soon.
Yeah, that's true.
If you have to use the bathroom and you're just gonna be having the shits for the next 24 hours because of the Chipotle, like I that's why I would say there. I get what you're saying though, because the load for Five Guys is a lot. But I would do it. At the end of the day, regardless of it.
You're not even a burger person, though.
Well, you know what? I've been on the record on this, though. I am not a burger person, but I do love the Five Guys burgers. There's something about it that really hits the spot. I don't know why.
It is a really good burger.
Yeah,
I will still die on the hill that the best burger per dollar value is the chain Steak and Shake.
Okay. Yeah, that is not in my area, so I won't be able to attest. But yeah. I've heard from you and I've heard from Gabe, I believe. That was the case. Speaking of which, we were expected to be joined by Gabe at some point during this podcast. Yes. He will be doing basically what Walsh did a few months back, where he is going to guess NFL teams, and this little series of segments will come to a head. Where the 4 of us will come together and rank the best NFL team name. So we'll talk about more of that when we get to it. And of course, we will be continuing our build of the next VBBFL season. We have a second team that we're going to build for you folks, and we're going to see where it'll be located and what it will be called at the end of the day. But first things first, we've had some news over the course of the last 2 weeks of the NFL offseason, and let's get to it. It's all trades, really. It's nothing much beyond that. So basically, the day that we uploaded the podcast, 2 massive trades went down that we did not know it was going to happen. So essentially, to sum it all up, the Dolphins, who are the owner of the 3rd overall pick, traded it to the 49ers for firsts in, wait for it, 2021, 2022, and 2023. And a 3rd in 2022. So 3 years of first-round picks for the 49ers, plus a 3rd in 2022. Or for the Dolphins, I should say. And the 49ers get the number 3 overall pick, and all signs here, Matt, are that it's going to be a quarterback.
Of course it's a quarterback. That's what that's what drafting these days has been about. Where can you position yourself in the draft to get a quarterback? That's the only reason people move up.
Yeah, 100%. Now, we've seen the rumors as well as to who is going to be, in terms of the person that's going to be the face of this franchise, the future of the 49ers franchise at this point. The rumors is that it's going to be Mac Jones, who's considered like the 5th best quarterback in this draft, and not the 3rd. Yes, McCorkle.
Michael McCorkle Jones.
Michael McCorkle Jones. He's indeed going to be. It seems like he's going to be the 49ers quarterback, but I don't know. It's an interesting conversation because Justin Fields and Trey Lance are both considered the better quarterbacks in this draft class. So what? I guess. Why does it seem like that Mac Jones is all of a sudden going to be the number 3 overall pick in this situation?
It all comes down to what the team is looking for, right? Because even some people might even say that Justin Fields is a better quarterback than Zach Wilson, who's going to who we have really good feelings going to the Jets. So it really just comes down to what that team values and what that team is looking for.
Yeah.
Will that result necessarily in the better quarterback going right away? No, it won't. But that's not going to be true for any team, because NFL teams look for different things than most other people do. May not always work out well, but that's how Henry Ruggs was the first wide receiver last year, which no one expected.
Right. Yeah. That's the thing. Like, it is what these teams value and like the system, that they are in, because the idea of best available player is kind of like the mindset that the NFL franchises tend to have, where it's like, I can enhance a position that's bad for our team, or I can just pick the best available player. And in this situation, it's not only filling a need, but going out of your way, being like, yeah, this guy is not necessarily considered among like the best in this class, but we know that if he was with us, he would perfectly run the Shanahan system. Mm-hmm. So it's an interesting conversation, and it's hard to be like, oh, that's a horrible decision. Why are we doing this in that way? But at the same time, like, if that's what Kyle Shanahan wants, like, are we really going to question him at this point, considering how good of a job he has done over the last few years?
I wouldn't.
Yeah. I don't see a position that we can. I think that's going to be something for the season to judge at this point. But yeah, interesting there. And then the trade that happened just an hour or two later, the Eagles traded the 6th overall pick to the Dolphins. So the Dolphins went from 3 to 12 and then back to 6. And in exchange, the Dolphins actually gave one of the first rounders they got, the 22 first rounder that they got from the 49ers, gave that to the Eagles. So
it's such a nutty situation. Like, okay, we trade out and then trade back in.
Yeah, like my best guess about this is that like all 3 teams were having phone calls with each other and like wanting to work out a system of some sort. Like, I don't think this all just was like automatically happening like back to back, like out of nowhere. I bet this was building up over a few weeks. But what do you think about the Eagles trading down in this one?
So and this is a very lukewarm take, but obviously the player that the Eagles probably would have wanted to take, they are fairly certain that they are going to be taken before they get the chance anyway.
Sure.
So like if it was wide receiver Jamar Chase would have been that pick there, the Bengals might be likely to take him. So they're going to trade back a little bit, still get someone, but allow another team to get up into the get some stuff from another team.
Yeah, I think that's really the case, and I think that there was, for the Eagles, the rumor was that they were going after Zach Wilson, like they were going to go after the guy that's going to presumably go to the Jets at this point.
Yeah.
So they lost their opportunity at that, and so they're like, you know what? let's trade down and accumulate more picks, and let's put ourselves in a better position for the future, rather than like try to grab someone. And also it was, those rumors were very weird because it was like, so what about Jalen Hurts? Like, it wasn't this whole showdown between him and Carson Wentz. Wasn't the whole idea was that like whoever was not going to be part of the team, like the other guy was going to be the starter? But apparently not.
Maybe that was a weird Doug Peterson thing, but
it could have been. I
mean, you got to figure out more of Jalen Hurts first.
Right. I think that they ultimately made the better choice in accumulating more picks for the future, because they are kind of in a rebuilding situation, and just seeing what you have in Jalen Hurts, like seeing if he can actually play. I mean, he had a few good games down the stretch. He also had some not so great plays. I mean, and you have to evaluate that and see how that goes. So it's very interesting. And on the Dolphins front of this, I mean, overall, you get the 6th overall pick. You now have a first rounder in 2023 and a third rounder in 2022, all for moving down 3 picks.
This is a huge decade for the Dolphins. They really know how to finesse the draft. Like, this is fucking masterclass draft maneuvering.
It's hilarious. Like, the fact that they were so successful in kind of like having, like, initially, like, I could see where a Dolphins fan would be like, okay, great, we traded out at number 3, we got all these picks, but being at number 12, like, we might miss out on some of the big prospects. Lo and behold, you move back to 6, and you're like, you're kind of in striking distance for a guy like, I don't know, like Kyle Pitts, maybe. Like, a guy,
Kyle Pitts, or even Jamar Chase if the Bengals pass on him, or Penei Sewell.
Right.
If you want a good O-line, like, it's a good spot, and especially since the like 6 to 10 range is perfect for teams who are not quarterback needy.
Right.
Because the quarterbacks are going to go really early, and they can take whoever the fuck they want.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, Atlanta and Cincinnati are in some of the very interesting position, and we're going to get to Atlanta in a second, but more so Cincinnati, because at least with the Falcons, there is some question about if they may take a quarterback to replace Matt Ryan in the future, or like there's some questions, or if they're going to trade down. But with Cincinnati, they got Joe Burrow, and now they can just take whoever is the best available player. There's a chance that if there's 1, 2, 3, 4 quarterbacks to take in the first 4 picks, which would be fucking insane.
Yes,
but like Cincinnati, ultimately, it's like having a first overall pick back-to-back years without having gotten the number 1 overall pick. Like, it's insane. Like, the Bengals are in such a great position right now. And we'll get to the Falcons in a second here, but I do want to get to kind of what feels like a response to all this. We've talked so much about, that earlier this offseason there was rumors about Watson and rumors about Russell Wilson, and you had Derek Carr was in the mix, but also Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold has been in the trade mix for a while. It did feel like there was a market building for him, but the Jets were able to trade quarterback Sam Darnold to the Carolina Panthers for a 2021 6th-round pick, a 2022 2nd-round pick, and a 2022 4th-round pick. A big shift for the Panthers, who are now actually looking at moving Teddy at this point. They're not looking to keep Teddy Bridgewater around. They're looking to stick with Sam Darnold. And so, what are you thinking, man? You're a Panthers fan. Panthers secondary fan. Obviously, that Bears are your first, but you love the Panthers as well. What's your thoughts on this?
I do really like the Panthers. So at first, here's the weird thing: if Darnold was traded to the Bears, I would have been a little like, okay, I guess. But I don't know why. It feels like such a good fit for the Panthers. Part of it is he's got Robbie Anderson again, who he was with on the Jets, who they had a really good rapport together. So that's a big plus. He's also a very young quarterback, even though he's been in the league for a few years. He's still younger than us. which is something to note.
That's so wild. It's so wild.
That we're at the age that NFL players are younger than us.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, that has been happening, but the fact that Sam Darnold has been in the league for 3 years and he's younger than us, it's just like, oh no, man, no.
It's how time works.
Time is a construct. It's not real.
Yeah, but no, like he was on a floundering team last year. It wasn't his performance was not the reason the team fucking tanked.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm excited for Sam Darnold on the Panthers, and I think he's going to improve. And it's not just the biggest reason is not he's young, he still has room to grow. It's not he's reunited with Robbie Anderson. It's not Matt Rule is a good coach. It's that Adam Gase is such a shitty coach that every time a player no longer plays for Adam Gase, they become elite.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that is a bigger indicator than anything else, is that Sam Darnold is no longer playing for Adam Gase. Look at Robbie Anderson. Look at Ryan Tannehill. Look at Kenyon Drake.
Yeah,
all of the Dolphins.
I hear you, and I think about there is people who are throwing out like Sam Darnold was statistically. He was one of the worst passers last year, or if not the worst passer last year. Like there is like those conversations to be had, but there is, again, this guy was a number 3 overall pick. He was in consideration for number 1 overall pick if it weren't for the Browns last minute changing to the Baker Mayfield. That was a wild draft because we literally found out the day of that, like, oh no, it's not Sam Darnold, and it's not, whoever else was in the forefront of that conversation. No, it's Baker Mayfield. So he is still this prospect that, like, yeah, he's had some rough years, but he also has had a few games that worked in his favor, and there is that element that you said that Adam Gase has been a toxic force, it feels like, in the NFL, that wherever he goes, he's literally the mom from Fairly Odd Parents, where he would just touch something and it would die. Like it was awful. But those people, like you said, those players that have left him have gone on to succeed, and there is reason to believe that he could succeed with Joe Brady and Matt Rule. Like I think that could work. So I think that it's, a 2022 second is a lot to give up because second round picks are valuable, but it's not the worst thing the Panthers could have done. It probably was an option that they couldn't. It was one of their last options they probably had to do. I think that they made the best out of it. And then for the Jets, we know what the Jets were going to do. We know that they were going to looking at drafting quarterback. And now, with trading Darnold away, it basically solidifies that. So, we'll see what happens. One last thing on the trade front. What do you think the Falcons are going to do? Do you think they're going to trade down?
Jeez. Trade who?
Just trade down. Just trade down.
Oh, trade down?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think that...
Because
they're such an anomaly.
Yeah. Because the thing is with the Panthers, like, the Panthers couldn't trade with the Falcons because the Falcons would not allow them. They're division rivals. Like, there's no way the Falcons would have given the Panthers a ticket to draft a franchise quarterback.
Right.
So that's why the Panthers had to make the move that they did. But you still have the Broncos out there. You still have the Patriots out there. You still kind of have the Bears out there. Like, you still have some teams that there's a chance that
Chris, you cannot speak the words "the Bears trade up for a quarterback in a draft this soon" after Trubisky. You can't.
I know. It sounds painful, but look. I mean, at this point, the Broncos are, they just hired a new GM, so he's kind of playing with house money for the time being. But Patriots and Bears, like, I'm not saying that Bill Belichick's going to be out the building tomorrow, but I don't know how much longer that regime is going to last there.
Yeah.
If they keep on screwing up draft picks like they did last year, that's not going to bode well for them in the future. that this is such a massive moment for them to trade that, and I think even more so with the Bears with this has to be Ryan Pace's like last shot. This has to be.
It absolutely is Ryan Pace's last shot.
His last opportunity. And are you really going to go into the draft or into the season with Andy Dalton and no one else? Like, that's the thing to me. That I get the idea that Andy Dalton could be a reasonable enough quarterback that, you know, that with a good defense and everything that team could still compete, and I don't doubt that in a second. But it's the fact that you're taking a risk on a guy that didn't really play well in relief of Dak Prescott last year, and it's your last chance as a franchise to make one last push for the playoffs before your asses get fired. Why not make a move that could potentially set the Bears up great in the future, or it could screw them? I mean, if you make the move, it could screw them over. But but if you believe in a quarterback, that might be worth the risk. That's all I'm saying, at least.
But Chris, all the social media posts that called Andy Dalton QB1.
I mean, but he could be QB1, and the QB2 could be your number 4 overall picked quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of like it's the Tyrod Taylor cycle of things, where Tyrod Taylor will be the number 1, will be the guy for the first 2 weeks, and then the plucky up and comer, the draftee is gonna get the start for the rest of the season. Speaking of Tyrod Taylor, I believe that he's going to be the starting quarterback of the Houston Texans this year. Just a brief Watson update, because we've said what we had to say on the whole matter. But one of the victims has actually one of the victims that are accusing him of sexual assault has come out and has publicly spoken for the first time, and I would encourage anyone to go and listen to the press conference. It is traumatic, but it is also it's just sad, and it's you need to listen to the victims in this. I wish I had her name in my mind right now, but I just don't. Fucking sucks. The whole situation sucks. Really does. But you know, my only hope in the situation is that her and the 22 women, holy fuck, that the 22 women get the justice that they deserve in this. Agreed. So that's really the bottom line on that. But yeah, that's our way of transitioning into the ads. Welcome back, everyone. We are back with the Escondido artisan owner himself. You may know him as William from Table Party. The Grape, the Gabe. How you doing, Gabe?
Hello.
So Gabe, you we put Walsh up to the task a few months ago, but we want to see what your knowledge of football culture in generally is, and what the football team names are in the NFL. Just because I want to make it easier, because last time it was a kind of like pulling teeth from Walsh after a while. No offense to Walsh.
Totally our fault.
Totally our fault. So we're gonna make it easier. We're actually gonna present you the logos and stuff. But before that, on the top of your head, can you name any, like, just name some of the NFL teams that you know, just verbatim?
Okay. There's the Chicago Bears.
Good.
I forget where it is, but is the Saints?
Yep.
Yes, New Orleans Saints. You're good. We're not gonna have you do specifics or anything. Like, you could, if you just know Saints, then that's good. You know, that's what matters.
Fuck.
Okay. Well, no. So if you feel like that's all you know, then we could hook you up with the logos now if you want.
Yeah, I have very little knowledge of football.
No, that's totally fine. I'm gonna hook you up here now. Let me just go ahead and go into podcasts art folder here. Here we go. Upload that. All right, so this is all the team logos. So you got 2 thus far. You got the Chicago Bears,
which is top row, third from the right, which I know that you've seen before because you live in Illinois.
Yes, and then the New Orleans Saints, which is the third row, second from the right.
The fleur de lis.
Yeah. So we could just go from left to right here, and we'll describe each of the. But basically, for those listening at home, these team logos are sorted in a location alphabetical order. Is how I'll just describe it there. So we'll start with the top left. Is a red bird. Can you take a guess as to what the name of the team is?
Cardinal.
Cardinal. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Cardinals. All right. Next, what the fuck is that thing? This is for the second one right next to it.
It's some type of hawk.
Okay, good. That's a good start.
I'll give you a hint. That's
not Seahawks, but good guess.
That same city does have a team called the Hawks.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'll give you a hint. I do have a hint whenever you want.
Yes.
Yeah. I desperately need a hint.
Okay. Yeah. It's all good.
Okay. The logo is roughly shaped like the first letter of the bird's name.
Falcon?
Yeah, there you go. Good. All right, next up, you see another bird. We have all the birds out of the gate here.
A bagel?
No, but that would be amazing if that was a bird name. If that was a team name rather.
I think it's some type of sport team name, but
yeah, it's probably what I love is that would be like a minor league baseball team.
Yeah, absolutely, minor league baseball teams are fucking nuts.
They're great. They're so fucking good, man. So I know you see. I think you see the B there. That's just the name of the town that they represent. So it does not start with a B. Just so that gives you a little bit of hint out of the gate there.
Is it a raven?
It is.
Yes. Good job.
Baltimore Ravens.
Okay. I'm gonna hate this. I'm gonna hate this one for you game because no one could get this. It's so dumb. This is all right. So you see this is it's a quad. What's the
quadruped?
The word?
Quadrupedic animal.
Yeah, quadrupedic animal.
Is it a buffalo?
It is a buffalo.
So it is a buffalo, and to just tell you right out of the gate, this is a team that is in Buffalo, so they're called Buffalo. Could you But
the team name is something else. It's the Buffalo
Bills.
Yeah.
Yes, my man. I'm so happy. It's when Walsh had to guess that when we said Bills, he's just like, "What the fuck?" Next up, it's a cat.
Panther?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And then after that was the Bears. Then it's the next one that's striped. The striped letter here.
Is it a Bengal tiger?
Bengal.
We'll take it.
Yes. So that wasn't that what the one where it took. That was Walsh. That was the last one he had to figure out.
So long because he couldn't. I don't think he knew that a Bengal was a type of a tiger.
Yeah, that was a tough one for him to get. All right. Now, there's no this one's just ridiculous.
So this is the dumbest logo in the entire league.
Yeah.
It is an orange football helmet.
So what am I supposed to glean from this?
Yeah, all right. So I'll give you a hint right out of the gate because you've heard me talk about this team before, Gabe, and in ways that are not pleasant. But this is the team from Cleveland.
This is the team that Chris takes to the Super Bowl.
Fuck.
It's okay. It's okay if you don't get it. I totally understand.
I don't know what it is.
Okay,
I'll give you a hint. It is a color.
Yes. There you go.
Orange?
You would think.
You would think.
Was the Browns?
Yes. Yeah, there you go. Took the Cleveland Browns to the Super Bowl, you know?
By the way, I do want to do it. We didn't do this disclaimer at the start. This is not an exercise of me and Chris trying to laugh at people for not knowing as much about football as us. No.
This is merely us. Like, we want to see how well our other friends. Because the thing is, you know, I love having just me and Matt having this podcast. But I feel sad that we can't have other people involved in it. So this is our way of doing it. This is our edgewated. It's more so making fun of football, because football is really dumb. like everyone gets on a high horse about football. It's so important. It's an American staple. Like, no, it's a bunch of fucking dudes in tights tackling each other, and it's a bunch of dumbass fucking logos and team names. It's all dumb. It's just call it. I love it, and we'll talk about it forever. But it's dumb.
You think with that type of description, I'd like it more, but
you would think. But it's also not a great sport to follow in many ways either. There's a lot of problems with it.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going.
All right, so next up we have a star here. This is a hard one because it's, once again, not very descriptive, but
I need a hint.
Okay, cool. I do have a hint. Your mom's family really likes this team. They live in Texas.
A personal anecdote right there.
Matt, you overestimate me.
Okay.
It's okay. No, it's fine.
Right. It is very similar to the Weatherford Sheriffs.
Okay, that's a good way to put it.
They're just as rootin' tootin'.
Cowboy?
Yeah,
Cowboys, yeah.
There you go. You got it. Dallas Cowboys. All right, next up, we got Horsehead.
Is it Stallion?
It is not, but you're on the right track.
You're on the right track. I feel like Stallion would be a stronger name than this, personally.
Colt?
Nope.
No, not Colts, but good guess, though. I don't have a good hint for this one because I can't.
I would say it's also like the name of a truck, but Gabe doesn't know cars either. So
yeah, it's like fuck. I'm trying to think of what other ways it's used in pop culture in any way. Like, actually, when you say truck, I'm thinking of a specific sequence of a particular NFL running back who is chased on one. Starts with a B. That's the next best hint I could give you.
Yeah.
A B.
Horse names. I mean, even if you have to Google that, like I don't. It's totally fine. It's totally valid.
Fuck. I think I know this.
Sure.
A Bronco?
Yeah.
Yes. There you go. Came through. Next up is another cat.
I'm assuming it's a lion.
Yes, you're good. Yep. Yeah, that's it. You're
Detroit
good.
Lions.
All right. Next up,
this is the Packers.
Yes, it is. Okay, I had a feeling that you would have seen this by exposure at some point.
Yeah, especially it's just as much as the Bears in terms of like it's like in the hatred category.
God, Packers fans who live in Illinois are the worst. I'm sorry. You come down from your own state and act like you're better than us, and you are.
You come down from your pedestal. You come down from your pedestal, and you're now with us fucking peasants, and you shit on our graves. Fucking dare you. All right, next up is a head of a bull of sorts.
This one is not self-explanatory.
It's not. No, this one's rough. So, all right. So I'll start you out right out of the gate, really easy. All right. This is a team that is located in Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas. Can I have another hint?
Sure.
It is named after the place that they are from.
Yes. And the individuals specifically that live in said place.
Does it have something to do with Austin?
No.
So this is Houston specifically.
Oh fuck.
No, it's okay. No, it's totally
so
fine.
No,
totally
not
fine.
a city that it's not in.
No, it's totally fine. In terms of think of it more on I should say it's people. It could be people beyond Houston that it's also referring to. It's just the people that live in that area of the country.
What letter does it start with?
T. Houston, Texas.
Texan?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Throws me back to Big Brother 22, one of the only interesting conversations that happened that season.
Was it? I forgot about that.
They were arguing about like what you call people from states, and Cody couldn't wrap his head around the fact that people from Texas would be called the Texan.
What the fuck is a Texan? Yeah,
what the fuck is a Texan? Because Cody is a dumbass, and I don't know how he won that game.
Yeah, no, I do remember that now.
I do know because he's a really good. He's a very social person. That's how he won that game. But yeah.
Yes. All right. So next up is this horseshoe. You said the name earlier. You said a name earlier that was kind of related to this.
Is it Colt?
Yeah,
it is.
There you go. That also might be like a harsh spot for Bears fans as well.
For me personally.
Yeah, in the Illinois, Chicago area, on that one. All right, next one's a cat.
Jaguar.
Yeah,
there you go. Good. All right, time to get some fucked up one. It's KC with an arrowhead. It's not great. It's not the terrible one. The terrible one's no longer existed. This one's bad, but not as bad as the other one.
An arrowhead. I'm assuming it's Kansas City.
It is Kansas City. It's referred to like the term is kind of maybe referred to as like a leader of some sort. Like if you want to take like the obvious Native American element out of it, like the word is kind of been referred to as like a leader, the head of something.
All right, let me get another first letter.
Sure.
C.
Champion?
Right.
Not
you
quite.
got the right first sound.
Sure. C. Yeah.
It's a ch.
Yeah. Think of it. Like when people call like the president commander in so and speak.
Chief.
Yeah. There you go. Next.
All right, next one. This one's tough.
I mean,
I'm assuming it's the Raiders.
Yes.
They do have their name on their logo.
Yeah, that's a good way of helping people out there. Next up.
Okay, this one is
lightning.
It is a lightning bolt.
It's a lightning bolt.
Thunder.
Good guess.
No, that's a good guess though, but that's not quite. You would see like the symbol on like cables.
Like a lightning cable.
Mm-hmm. And they're kind of like called the same thing.
And what do they do? What do lightning cables do?
Chargers?
Yeah, there you go. Next up, this one's hard. But it's the letters LA with like a hanging horn.
I do have a secondary logo if you're not sure what this one is.
That's
Rams?
True. Oh, there you go.
Oh, you got it. Yeah,
boom,
Rams.
boom.
There you go.
I like it. All right. Next up, it's a fish.
Dolphin.
Boom.
Dolphins are not fish.
They are mammals.
They are mammals, Chris. I called you Chris.
There was a kid in my elementary school named Christ.
Really?
Yeah, huh. I don't know, but why they decided to go in that direction. But it made the name, like, because there was always a second Chris in my class, so it made it a lot easier to decipher between the two.
Chris versus Christ.
Yeah, there you go.
I had like a big unit in second grade where we learned about whales. And that's like still something that I know way too much about is different classifications of whales.
Yeah.
So dolphins and porpoises.
But can't dolphins be referred to as both a fish and a mammal?
No.
That's not how it works.
That's not how it works because fish have gills and mammals have lungs.
Okay.
Plus dolphins give live birth.
They do.
Fair.
They don't. Yeah.
Fair. No, that's valid. I will always just look at it because they even I bet you the people who own that team are like, yeah, fish, the fish tank. They actually I believe they call themselves the fish tank, unless I'm thinking of the
Marlins.
Yeah, maybe Marlins. I like they do like.
You can also tell because whales and dolphins have horizontal tail flaps, and fish have vertical tail flaps.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
This is. I skipped marine biology.
I guess so.
Next up, is a man. It's
a Viking.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah. All right. Next,
I know this one is the Patriots.
Yeah. Yep. It's another, and then you already said the Saints already, so that's checked off of your box. Next up.
Okay. I think I'm gonna get this confused with the baseball team. All right.
Okay. It's all good.
Is it the Mets or the Jets?
That is the baseball team.
Okay.
So it's not the Mets or the Jets. There is another New York team that is called something different.
Gabe, this is your dad's favorite football team.
Matt, do I listen to my dad?
That's
don't,
true.
But
I'm gonna forgive Gabe for everything that he does. I will.
There is also a flag of this team in his basement.
I'm gonna protect Gabe.
It's the Giants.
There you go. I'm gonna protect him if he forgets something. I was like, it's all good.
No, I know. I was just gonna be like, okay. I was trying to just hint him in that direction with something he may know.
There's like think about where you are in the like that in terms of different things that he might see.
Yeah.
And then the next team.
That's the Jets. Okay.
That's the Jets. Yeah,
yep.
It clearly says New York Jets on it. But it is that like helpful for the Jets and the Raiders for being able to say like, hey, this is who we are, instead of the vague things that are on this fucking list.
I've already referenced this on the podcast, but Gabe, you can also remember the New York Giants by the one scene from Madagascar when they meet the lemurs and the lemurs go, "All hail the New York Giants!"
Yes,
New York Giants. Ah!
Is that if the Giants ever win the Super Bowl, which will probably not be in our lifetime, but with that, like, will we be chanting that like as your intro after the Super Bowl?
Yes.
All hail the New York Giants.
I'm just gonna play the King Julian clip.
Yeah, basically. All right, next up, it's a bird.
An eagle.
Yeah, there you go. All right, and the next one.
Last easy one.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I was like, this is hard, but I realized that has
I'm assuming it's the Steelers.
It is.
Yes. Good.
Yep.
Good. That's the last one that has the name in it. All right. Next up, it's a red oval with SF in it. We were gonna have to give you hints for this one.
Yes.
So this is the well, there's two teams like this in the country, but this is the only football team that has numbers as its team name.
The 49ers.
Boom. There you go.
Yep.
The 76ers are the other ones.
Can I tell a real quick story?
Sure, go ahead.
So I thought at one point when I was a kid, when I heard that, this team's called the 49ers and this other team is called the 76ers, I thought there was a team for every sport that was like a different number.
So you're waiting for the 14s to come out and
right? Yeah,
play
even
baseball.
though there aren't that many sports that would like name a team like that. That's just what I thought as a kid. I was like, okay, I wonder what I'm gonna find out all the other numbers.
Now the 76, I'm now realizing, because I don't really read much into these, but now I'm remembering the 76ers are referring to 70-76, right?
Of course,
there are that, and the 49ers, of course, we've talked about before, is the Gold Rush.
The Gold Rush.
1849, right? Not 1949. Yes.
1849.
Yeah. Then next up, you mentioned this bird way earlier. But this is the bird now.
I'm assuming this one's the Falcons.
No, we had the Falcons earlier.
The Falcons we said earlier. That's okay. It's okay. But you did guess this bird when guessing what the Falcons were.
The Seahawks?
Yes.
Boom. You got it.
There you go.
You got it. All right. Next up, it's a flag.
Pirates?
It is a type of pirate.
It's a type of pirate. All the same
Buccaneer?
Yep. Yes, there you go. These next two are gonna suck. All right, so this one
is a shield on fire with a T in the middle.
I never thought of it as a shield before. That's a good point. I just always thought it was like a fucking like.
Now this team does have a raccoon as their mascot. Their team name is not the Raccoons.
Yeah, they're very confusing.
Yeah,
they're a very confusing team.
Let me know when you want a hint.
I would like a hint.
Okay. Yeah. Your house used to be by a high school that had this as their mascot.
Trojans?
That's the university.
Oh.
That's close, though. It's along the same lines.
It is something from Greek mythology that starts with the T.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
See, when you reference the Greek mythology thing, I always I'm like, I don't know nothing about Greek mythology. Like I don't even think about it at all, even though I know that's directly where it's from. They
were the parents of the gods.
Sure.
So like before Zeus.
Yeah.
Kronos and Atlas, who holds up the world.
What's
Titans?
the name?
Titans.
Yes, there you go. I was gonna say what's Attack on Titans, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna try to hint at that as well. I don't know. If
all right, good luck. Good luck with this last one. No hints.
Okay, so this is okay. Well, no, I'll give you a hint on this one. Is that this is the team that had the really racist nickname, then they changed it last summer, and now it's this temporary name.
The Redskins?
That's what it used to be.
That was what it used to be. So, to give you a hint, it's how you would describe them.
It's how you would describe this.
It would be how you would identify them as. And this is again. Wait, what did he say?
He said white.
Yes, well that is true, but yeah, the owners for sure. But in terms of like the sport that they play, group of
people playing this sport would be called
yes. I don't know how familiar you are with soccer, Gabe, but like a lot of teams in the soccer world are kind of referred to as like whatever name they're located in, and then like something club. Like it's very generic. So this is another generic ass name. It's just so generic. It's not even the mascot.
Player?
This is tough.
People.
This is tough.
Okay,
one.
so they made the playoffs, and in our Smash Bros tournament, we made this team We Fit Trainer because it shared those initials.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good hint. WFT.
WFT. The W being Washington.
Yes. Yep.
So what would FT stand for?
Does the F stand for fighting?
No.
Okay.
It describes what they are best at.
This is such a dumb name.
It's the dumbest name. I don't. Trust me, Gabe. I do not blame you for not getting it. It is
impossible for us to describe this.
It's right. It's impossible for us to not like give it directly away. Okay, the F stands for the sport they're playing, and then you just have to guess what the T part is.
Football team?
Yes,
there you go. It is literally called the Washington football team.
Bro.
That is what they're referred to as. It is something.
They couldn't get a rebrand done in time before last season started.
Yes, and they're still not gonna roll with football team for next year. And the worst part is everyone's down to keep it as a permanent name.
Seriously?
Yes.
Some people are.
There is a push for that, and I'm just like, I find mascot rebranding a lot more fun, but all right, fine, whatever.
It's better than being something racist.
True.
That's true. That's true.
Absolutely correct.
And I think if they kept it the way it is, it's going to be a reminder of how fucked up the organization used to be, and we should not forget it. So I can respect that. I can respect that. Now, Gabe, you could stick around because we are going to create another football team. How's that sound?
I'd love to stay.
You're gonna listen in and hope maybe even if you want to help us identify some things about this town that we're going to choose now. So I have
gotta get my map up.
Yeah, you do have to get your map up. So we've gotten lucky thus far. The first team that we picked was from Alaska. So we didn't have to cancel out any other teams. And it's the Ketchikan Cosmos, just to remind everyone. And of course, we're doing something different this year where we are throwing in that where they're playing the football games are in other video game series. So the Ketchikan Cosmos, their home game will be taking place in Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. All right, so that'll give us a lot of fun with describing scenarios. We'll identify a location for the next team next, but first we have to actually figure out what the team is.
Yeah.
So from there, I'm gonna randomize it. You're ready to go, Matt?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
You got it. All right. Let's check out Naples, Florida.
Oh, this is actually like a town that people know about.
Yes. Yes. Now,
okay.
I don't know what Naples. I don't know where Naples is in Florida. It looks like it is the. I always said left coast, but it's the
left
west coast.
You can call it the left coast.
It's the left coast.
Yeah, we can do. Naples passes our population threshold.
Yes, so usually it's 10,000. It's 21,000 is the population here.
Yep.
Now I want to find out in terms of what is like. So you said this is a town that you were aware of this town.
I knew that Naples, Florida existed.
Yeah, I've heard of it too, but I don't know much else about it.
It's like any coastal town in Florida in which it's tourism.
Yeah, that's valid. So it's in Collier County, Florida. I'm going to scroll down to go the area attractions. Tourism is a major industry for the city. The Naples area is home to several major land reserves, including the Corkscrew Swamp Sanctuary. Okay.
Ooh.
The Everglades National Park.
Okay.
The Everglades.
The Big
Florida
Cypress,
Everglades.
The Big Cypress National Preserve, the Florida Panther National Wildlife Refuge. I'm guessing that's the hockey team.
Yep.
10,000 Islands National Wildlife Refuge and the Picayune Strand State Forest. So a lot of fucking wildlife is my understanding of this. There's a lot of wildlife in this area. I like how at the end of this in this paragraph it says near the zoo is where the Coastland Center is located, an indoor mall with many different types of stores anchored by JCPenney, Macy's, and Sears. Just got sprinkle some capitalism right there, you know.
Okay, so
commercialism.
So I'm checking out the notable people.
Yes.
On Wikipedia, and you got some things like you got Carlos Hyde, current NFL running back.
You got some. Yeah, you got some.
You
players.
got the walking I don't know what insulting thing to call him. Shedded snake. That is Rick Scott.
Oh, gross! Cool.
Is from here. The founder of Best Buy. is from this town.
Eat the rich.
And then you have someone who is listed as Wrinkles the Clown.
Huh. Wait, I'm so sorry.
Is, from what I can see, not someone who... Okay, not a great... not a great identity overall, but it seems to be someone who parents pay to scare their children.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Bro.
Wrinkles is a curmudgeonly homeless man who dresses as a clown and hires himself out to parents to scare kids for a few $100s, offering to come to their homes and frighten misbehaving children. The character first appeared in a video uploaded to YouTube in 2015, depicting him emerging from beneath a young girl's bed in the middle of the night. What the fuck?
You know what? I think this might be one of the causes of why McDonald's retired Ronald McDonald.
I would think. I would like to think. Subsequently, the character appeared in several more videos, either frightening children at their homes or engaging in disturbing behavior such as waving to motorists from a darkened roadside. Concurrently, stickers bearing the clown's face and a telephone number began appearing around Florida and quickly went viral. Wow.
Okay, so obviously this is the Florida Man Twitter account.
Jesus fucking Christ. No, I had a feeling that if we ever had a team in Florida, we'd learn some fucked up shit. I did not think that level, though.
That Wrinkles the Clown would be involved with this?
I didn't think that we'd get to reach that level right out of the gate. My goodness gracious. All right.
The Naples Wrinkles.
The Naples Wrinkles.
Naples Wrinkles.
I was thinking Naples Clowns, but we do have a theme this year. We're trying to
we do have to go. We do have to go with sci-fi of some kind with our team names.
Yeah, sci-fi. With this, it's like sci-fi horror.
Yeah,
that's kind of how it feels like right now. Anything else that anyone has noticed? Because I'm trying to look at. There's a semi-pro soccer team, Naples United FC. There's a performing arts section. Is home to the Naples Players, the Naples Shakespeare Festival, the Opera Naples, and the Equity Theater Company's Theater Zone and Gulf Shore Playhouse. Okay. Lots of beaches.
Yep.
Yeah, lots of beaches as a shore town. It makes sense. The City Hall looks like a fucking resort.
Of course it does.
Like it does not look like an institution of governing. Yeah, a lot of football players from around this area. Yeah. Earl Morale, which I think is a famous quarterback, from a legendary quarterback.
Do we want to go?
It's a 3-time Super Bowl champion.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Do we want to go full Florida Man?
Mm-hmm.
And try to find something batshit in terms of sci-fi things.
Well, here's the thing. I think we found.
we found the Florida Man.
Yes. No, I get what you're saying. Like it's something that's a little bit more sci-fi related.
What is the sci-fi equivalent of a scary clown?
Yeah, Gabe, you have an idea?
I have an idea, but this is for like describing Florida in general.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
it's like a Mobius strip, so like the Naples Mobians.
Okay.
Interesting. I'll write that down as an idea.
That could work.
Because Florida just kind of all bleeds together.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It works.
It all kind of really blends. How you spell Mobian again?
Mobian.
Don't think I don't know that's the Sonic 06 villain.
That's Mephiles.
That is Mephiles. What the fuck is Mobius then?
Although when I type in,
in the Sonic comics, that's where their home planet is. It's called Mobius.
To be fair, when I type in Mobian definition, the Sonic News Network wiki fandom is where it comes up as Mobian. And can I just say, full disclosure, I randomized the location already for this team. We're playing in Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh my god.
So, I mean, I feel like we found it.
This was entirely coincidental. I wasn't thinking of Sonic.
I know. But I just want to point out. Yeah, Mobian are creatures in the Sonic the Hedgehog universe, for which the main setting is the planet Mobius. I don't know if Mobian is actually a thing in real life. Is the thing.
I don't think it is.
A Mobian strip is a real thing.
It's Mobius
Strip.
Mobius
strip.
Right, is a surface with only one side. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that is relatively scientific. It's a Mobian would be like... Are Mobians in Sonic, like, similar to that in that way?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Okay, let's move. Let's try something else. But I totally like the idea though. The Mobius strip. I mean, when I think about Florida, I think about weird shit. I think about aliens. I think about alligators. I think about just, I don't know, Trump flags. I think about... God damn it. There's a lot of things I think about when it comes to Florida. I'm just like really backwards ass shit that goes down there.
Yeah, I mean, like, we can roll with like crazy shit. We could, like, if we want to do something alligator related, because Florida, it is near the Everglades, we could try to figure out how to include some sort of, like, I don't know, saying alligator alien is weird.
I thought of a really shitty idea.
No, hit me with it. I will take anything.
Instead of alligator, it's Astralgator.
Can I just say, I fucking love that?
I actually really like that.
Okay, we're going with it. That's it.
Yay.
That's it. And it's your... This is going to be your team at this point.
Yeah.
Alright, so the
Naples Astralgators.
The Naples Astralgators that will be playing their football games in the Sonic the Hedgehog universe.
All right, Gabe, if you get this team and you do not draft Vector, you're doing something wrong.
It's true.
Bold of you to assume I wouldn't draft Vector in the first place.
It's true. All right. Now the last part of it is the colors.
Real quick, I do want to point out that the only new state that is eliminated is Georgia, because Alabama was eliminated last season due to being Phoenix City. So we still got like the entire country basically.
Okay, yeah, that's that. I am very down for that. I'm very happy about that. I actually, in terms of like typing it out, Astralgators, like that. Why is that not a thing? Like, why is that not like
Astralgators not a thing? Yeah, it's a
like you would think that would have someone would have used it by now. So like Gabe just gave an idea to the universe, and we were here and present to witness it, and that's great.
Astralgators is fucking perfect. My God,
like it's so fits the Florida vibes 100%. The Florida a Florida sci-fi universe vibes.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so Georgia's ruled out. Thank God, because I really didn't want to put anything in Georgia. Right. What's the colors situation?
Okay, so like I feel like green is obvious.
Yeah, I feel like green. What was our green situation last year? Did we have any green?
I believe it was Brainerd was green and blue, and then Anaconda was green and pink, and those were the only two green teams.
Okay, so we have room to add like a green-red situation. We could do green-yellow. We could do green-white or green-black. Green-orange is also an option.
It is a green, even like a green-gray might not look bad.
Green-gray.
Green-gray seems sleek.
Yeah, let me see how they look together. And then do we want to do more of a lime green or a dark green?
Well, last time we did, I think that we had Brainerd was a little bit of a darker green, but not too not
super dark.
Not super dark.
It was a neutral green, and then Anaconda was fucking neon.
Was neon. So I like the idea of doing a dark green and a gray. How's that sound? Almost like a deep, like a
very dark gray, very dark green, and then a light gray.
Yeah, I like that. So dark green, light gray.
All right.
I'll type in. So that is this team. I can't wait because I feel like what's gonna be even better about this is what the fucking logo is gonna look like. Holy shit, man! Walsh is gonna have a lot of fun with that.
Hell yeah, he is. I'm excited for the uniforms for them too. Not that I do much to like change the design of the uniforms other than the colors, but
yeah, no, well, it was fun to kind of customize them, and then again, it's just something to have on the back burner in case anyone decides to do fan art of any of this stuff at some point. All right, so there you go, guys. The Naples Astralgators.
Astralgators. So oh my god, that's such a good name.
Location: Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh my god.
I mean, the easy thing is to be like Green Hill Zone, but like you could really go in many different ways. Like you can go like the beach in Sonic Adventure 2.
That's what I was thinking. Like,
where you have to hunt down Froggy or whatever. Like you could really like you could customize that thing. I mean, Fall Guys you could do the same thing too in terms of like depending on like which stage it is. Like you could change the stages if you want. But like Sonic the Hedgehog, there's whole universes that you can.
We could
really
do
use.
like we have the video games with each home game. We could pick like 5 different locations.
100%
within the world.
Yeah, like it doesn't have to be the same thing each time. It could be completely different obstacles that people have to overcome to play football. It could be completely different settings each time, just within that univert. It's fucking great.
We should do the Fall Guys one where they play soccer.
Oh, 100%. Like it's there. It is presented to us on a silver platter at that point.
Yeah, and then we can do the one where the platforms are falling out beneath them.
Right. Look, that's what's gonna make the role play element of this so much more fun and so much more interesting. Because initially it's just like they're playing on a football field, but now it's like no, there's some fucked up shit going on around them at the same time. So it's gonna be fun. All right, so there you go, guys. We have 2 teams down. We're gonna do our 3rd team next time, but next episode, on top of finding our 3rd team, it's gonna be draft time. It's our draft special.
Ooh, I'm so excited. Did you call Chet Avery?
I tried texting him the other day, and I just got like a series of eggplant emojis back. I don't know if that was like a confirmation or anything like that, but I'm gonna say it's a yes that he's gonna be there. But
so he's either talking about his penis or he's making a lot of eggplant parmesan.
I'm gonna say it's the latter. For my own mind and sake. But hey, I'm sure I think he could also just be rock hard about making mock drafts.
True,
that's totally valid. And so, he will be there, and we'll get through that, and then we'll. I think you know what, Matt, you've done such a good job. You don't have to be there for like the first beginning portion of that episode.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I get time off.
Yeah, you don't have to be there. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I do want you to come in at the end at least.
Oh, of course.
To create the team with, because I feel like it wouldn't be the same without you. Plus, you have.
I can't. Chet isn't a creative person.
He's not. No, he's kind of like he's pretty much all his mind is football.
And drafting
and he doesn't like. I don't think he knows this league exists because he was one of our co-commentators for the draft. But he generally, I think he kind of like took something to kind of like get him through the night. Like I think he was totally, I think he was just totally not there with us really. So that sounds like a plan. And Gabe, thank you so much for joining us and introducing us to the Astralgators, and of course, being such a good sport about letting us hear your what your guesses were for the NFL teams, and we will be welcoming you back at some point to help us rank the NFL football names.
Hell yeah!
So thank you again, and with that all being said, we will see you in 2 weeks.
Good night and good ball. Virtual Ball Boys has been brought to you by Team Chaos Productions. Find us on Twitter at Virtual Ball Boys and find more of our work at Team Chaos Pods.